the animals that you currently have for adoption, the ones that are in need of a home at the moment.
Yeah, what we always tell everyone that's interested in adopting a cat or a dog or a rabbit, because we do rabbit adoptions, is that, go to your local shelter first. Don't go to a pet store. Don't support backyard breeding and puppy mills. I mean, those animals live in horrific, terrible conditions. And if you can go and buy a pet from a pet store, that you're going to just exacerbate and continue that problem. So if you go to your shelter, you'll be surprised, because you'll find any animal that you're looking for there. They're all shapes and sizes and different breeds and different ages, and it's almost a guarantee that if you go to the shelter that you're going to fall in love with the pet that you're looking for.
Right, I'm the proud owner of a rescue dog. And how can someone adopt one of the animals?
Well, we have a great website, so you can go on the website and you can look and see if there's any animals. We ask that everybody does their research first to make sure that the pet fits their lifestyle. There are people that come into the shelter to adopt a dog and they end up adopting a cat because it better fits their lifestyle and the type of dog that you're looking for. So do your research, look online, and if there's any animals that you're interested in, you visit the shelter. Our adoptions are on a first-come, first-served basis. And so if you find something, hurry on down, especially the small dogs. They get adopted very, very quickly, as you can imagine. Yes. So, and it's a pretty simple process. We have adoption counselors and volunteers that help with the matchmaking.
And what is the website?
It's NYCACC.org.
Okay. And what is the screening process and that you put potential adopters through?
Yeah, we ask them how much background they have and if they've owned pets in the past, and there's a questionnaire that they fill out, and that's a guide for our adoption counselors, our staff, to kind of walk through to see what their background is, see what they're looking for, and then it's really just a matter of just them going through the shelter and just making a connection, making a contact with one of the animals there, and then they spend some time, and we just observe the interaction between the two. We want to make sure, there's been times where there's a family coming in and the father is falls in love with a particular dog, but the kids are afraid of that dog, so obviously that's not a good match for them, and those are the kind of things that we look for. And lifestyle, if you're not active and you want to adopt a high energy dog, obviously it's not going to be a good fit for yourself, or if you travel a lot. So those are the kind of things that we look, making sure that your landlord allows pets. We don't want to have somebody adopt a pet, bring it home, fall in love, and then the landlord says, no, you can't have pets. So that's a pretty important issue for us as well.
That's great. And if someone witnesses animal abuse, can they call the Animal Care and Control Center to rescue that animal?
If anybody sees, they can call the ASPC directly, because the ASPCA has their Humane Law Enforcement Division, and they deal directly with animal cruelty. We also deal with animal cruelty, but it's more reporting, and we'll report it into the police or to the ASPCA. They can also contact 311, and they will put the call through as well.
What about injured animals? If someone finds an injured wild animal?
Injured animals, they can contact 311, and they'll transfer the call over to us, and then we will dispatch one of our officers to respond and rescue that animal and get it into safe haven.
And I also hear that you have open adoptions at Petco locations every Saturday and Sunday for rabbits.
Yes. Can
you provide more details about that?
Yeah, thankfully Petco has been a great partner of ours, and we work closely with the House Rabbit Society, and their volunteers are wonderful. They come in and take care of the animals in the shelter, and then they're also part of the adoption program at Petco. And so we get about 600 rabbits in a year, so it's a considerable number, and thankfully to our partnerships that we're able to get a large majority of those animals into good homes. All the adoptable rabbits do get into good homes. That's so it's really a tremendous program. We're very happy by it.
And what's your Lost and Found program? What does that do?
The Lost and Found program is, if you lose a pet, first of all, we hope that you have identification, whether it be a driver's license or a microchip or some kind of identification. So many pets that come into our shelters do not have it, and we can't find a way to reunite them with their owners. But if you do lose a pet, we encourage you that you need to go to the shelter. You know your animal better than anybody, and so you need to walk around the shelter and look. And sometimes we ask that you go every single day, from the time you lose your pet till the time the pet is found. We also have on our website a Lost and Found section, so if you lost your pet, you can file a report, or if you found a pet, you can also file a report. And those images and that information is on our website, so anybody that's either lost or found a pet, they can try to help us make that match. But the key to it is making sure your pet has identification, and also going to the shelter in your area and looking for that pet and just keep in contact with us. If you don't find them the first day, put up flyers, ask around, and you know, kind of get your neighbors involved and see if they've been able to find the pet. Thankfully, that there are times where we're able to reunite the pets, and that's one of the happy moments for us. But again, it's just it's difficult when there's no ID.
Your organization sounds great, and I would love to volunteer. How can someone become a volunteer for?
We've just launched last month a new volunteer program, and so it has job descriptions and it has very good skills training, and we went through a number of orientations now. And so it's very simple. You just go on our website, and we have a list of when the orientations are, and you attend one of the orientations. After that, there's an interview that you meet with either our volunteer coordinator or some senior volunteers, and kind of just talk a little bit about the program, what your interests are, and then they kind of direct you into the, into the programs and the trainings that you need to take. And